So welcome back, you lovely people of the internet. Today I have got a pretty big video because we're going to be going through absolutely all of the ARK news and Aberration updates that have been going on over the past couple of days. There's been quite a lot to talk about. Even Extinction, can you believe it? Because somehow Extinction still has an ETA for October. I still don't know if I believe this. It's definitely not going to be October, but we'll just see what happens. Now, if you guys do enjoy today's video, as always, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you're new around here. Thank you for all the support recently. And just a final, quick reminder that in 2 days' time, the 10% server discount will be coming to an end. So if you want to get yourself an ARK Aberration server for 10% off, you can use the link in the description down below. And then obviously that will be available until September 12th. There won't be another discount now until probably the Extinction release, which we don't know when that is right now. But yeah, we'll see. So let's jump into the video. So last night on Twitter, I saw something absolutely overpowered. And when I mean overpowered, I mean, this is very cool, but obviously some people haven't been too happy with it. So Syntac posted out saying, okay, that's just nasty. And it was the gene traits and it was the minimal bearing with the Gigantopithecus. And as you can see, it was Syntac with 300 metal, a 30 weight, which was pretty OP, right? Then someone responded to Syntac afterwards saying, watch the before/after in the Anki's inventory, and it goes from 300 from 45 weight down to 24.8 with 300 metal. Now, if you thought that was OP, when look at this, because Syntac has responded saying ×3 tier 3 minimal bearing on an Anki though, and there was 300 metal with a weight of 4.5. That is insane. Now, a lot of people have been saying in the community that they're like, look at this is pay to win and everything, because obviously, with all the Bob's Tall Tales stuff and everything. But some people are hitting back in the community saying this is actually something really hard you have to grind, and it isn't easy to get it to that in the first place anyway, so it doesn't seem that pay to win to me. But obviously, I'll leave it up to you guys in the comment section down below. As I've told you guys, I'm a big fan of the Bob's Tall Tales stuff. Have I thought over time that things have been a little bit pay to win? Of course, mainly more like Pyromane side of things. But I personally like the Bob's Tall Tales content. And Dolly said the other day saying, $10 for, each DLC map, because obviously Bob's Tall Tales is $30, right? And you get $10 for the Scorched Earth content, $10 for the Aberration content, and $10 for Extinction isn't too bad. It'll be interesting to see how much they decide to charge for the Genesis Part 1 and 2 season pass. But we'll see. And it's not going to be called Bob's Tall Tales. I don't know what it's going to be called, but it'll be called something else. But I just thought I'd show you guys to show you the possibilities of what you can do with the ×3 tier 3 minimal mineral bearing on an Anki, which is just absolutely crazy. And then someone actually responded again saying, wait, what do you mean tier 3? Like you can get a higher tier? What? And then Syntax said, the latest patch, traits now spawn on wild. So go check it out for yourself. This is now available to you in the version of ARK Aberration Bob's Tall Tales Part 2. Pretty overpowered, but I guess pretty cool. Next up, guys, we have an announcement on official modded servers. So Dolly posted in the Discord saying, hey, folks, quick update on official modded servers. The Appalachia official servers will merge cross ARK with the main modded cluster. Anything left in the cloud after 11 a.m. Eastern on the 12th of September will be lost. And Appalachia official servers will also have their mod list updated to be in parity with the other modded servers. The Alphamania official servers will be merged to the main modded cluster at a later date. To anyone that's interested in their modded servers, that's what's going on there. Now, Extinction. Dolly has given an update today saying that she did a 4-hour design sync for Extinction today, and she said, oh boy, you guys are not ready. Now, I am already hyped for Extinction. Personally, Aberration's my favorite map, so I'm going to be having lots of fun with Aberration now for the next month or so. I mean, probably more than that. But for me, when Aberration launched, I felt like I was at peace. But with the other maps, like the island was cool at the beginning of the launch, and like obviously the center was a bit of a pretty rocky launch, to be honest. It really died off, and Scorched Earth actually died off quite a lot. It was really cool at the start, but as for the player count, Aberration saw a massive growth in players, whereas like Scorched Earth did see quite a big growth, but then it died off really fast, whereas Aberration seems to be steadying out, because I think it's a lot of people's favorite maps. But as for Extinction, this is going to be really cool. If I'm going to be totally honest with you guys, when it comes to Extinction, I know Wildcard have still got the release date set for October, which I think is wild. If they manage to hit that, then I think we'll get at least 2 more maps for this year. If not, I think Extinction won't come out till like November, like November time, maybe. We'll see what happens there. And then obviously in November, there is going to be a ARK Survival Ascended Extra Life event, which will have a huge announcement, which I think pretty much most of the players are expecting to have the announcement for the new official paid DLC, which is meant to be like something completely separate from the other DLCs that we're slowly getting released now. So obviously there's still Extinction Gen 1, Gen Part 2 to come out. I know there's the other modded maps, but as for the storyline, there's something else coming for after Genesis Part 2. Now, it may come before Genesis Part 2, I don't know, but obviously that won't follow the storyline, but we'll see what Wildcard decide to do. But lots is going on in the background there. And then someone tweeted, put in the Discord saying, @Dolly, what are the chances that the My Survivors filter can be rebuilt in the current ARK? And Dolly goes on to say, we'd like to, but it's a considerable amount of work, and the dev pipeline is chocked in with DLC content, fixes, maps, and improvements, and more content. You get the idea, perhaps further down the track. And I think what you guys know right now with ARK Survival Ascended is the game had been struggling in the early stages, and with the launch of Aberration, there's a clear indication that the players have returned with the launch of Aberration. Of course, there's been some problems, which has made a lot of players unhappy, but that always happens when it comes to the launch. But what it's clear to show to Studio Wildcard is they need to get ARK Survival Ascended finished. They need to get all of the maps out. And they need to make it a finished product, because once they do that, they can then move on into the future of ARK Survival Ascended, like I said, and release more and more actual new maps that people have never seen before. Even our favorite, it's great that we're getting all of our old school maps, but having a whole brand new DLC that follows on from the story of Genesis Part 2 is something very cool for a lot of players. Next up, if anyone's been having issues with services, Dolly says, well, there are some services that are having issues on the US East Coast, mainly with authentication, which is likely why you guys are seeing that login issue. None of these reported things on Down Detector are actually reporting any issues through their own channels, so it seems very isolated, whatever it is. Our servers are not down and are joinable, and we're really sorry, guys, and they're not sure. So if you are having trouble, this isn't down to Studio Wildcard. I think you're just going to have to wait with whatever's been going on, apparently on the US East Coast, mainly at the moment. So hopefully that's been fixed, because that was a couple of hours ago since I recorded this. So hopefully that has been sorted. Now, also, the Rock Drake Glide is being worked on, by the way, and ditto for those Yuck client stalls on PlayStation. And of course, we're working on a list of stuff a mile long, just shouting out 2 of the things I've seen a lot in here in the past couple of hours. So Rake Drop Glide is being worked on, and the client stalls on PlayStation. So keep a heads up for that, as that should be fixed in an upcoming patch. Someone goes on to say to Dolly, please can we have confirmation on the constant terrain reloading? Has it been acknowledged for PS5? PS5 users feel a bit abandoned at Dolly. And Dolly said, yeah, this is currently being worked on with high priority. No ETA right now, though. So at least you know, guys, if you're on PS5, things are being worked on. The same problem that's always been for years and years and years, is whenever there's a problem on the PS5, Sony seem to be worse than Microsoft when it comes to sorting out and going through QA. Microsoft can still be bad, so I'd actually say they're as bad as each other, but like, it's kind of one of those things that you just have to wait that little bit longer. You know, being a PC Steam player, you've always had the priority of updates and fixes. It's just the way it's always been. Until Sony and Microsoft make changes, which I don't know if they ever will, just due to, like, you know, potential, like, attacks from people, and I just don't know. They've got such high security compared to Steam that it just, I don't know. I'm not in that side of the industry. I don't work in that side of space, so I don't want to just make something up on the spot. But all I know is that when it comes to releases on Xbox and PlayStation, the updates just take a lot longer. It's definitely got better over the years, but it's still quite slow. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much everything to go through right now. People have been asking me, Dom, do you have any info on Fear Evolved this year? No, I don't at this moment in time. I'm hoping they will release it because we didn't have a Fear Evolved last year. Because ARK Survival Ascended launched on PC in October, but because of this contract they had, but it then launched later on the Xbox and PlayStation versions because of just some errors they were having. So then Fear Evolved, they didn't think it was right to launch a Fear Evolved Halloween event for just the PC because they didn't want console players to miss out. So I think we will have one this year, and so look forward to that in October. I know Wildcard know it's one of our favorite events. You know, Fear Evolved and the Christmas Winter Wonderland is the best ones in my personal opinion. So hopefully we can look forward to that in October and have a spooky Halloween. But anyway, much love to you all. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe. Go make the most of that last 10% off Aberration servers and all other servers. Link will be in the description down below. And I will catch you in my next video. See you guys then.